welcome back to 1776 or Bust. And it's been forever. I know it's been about a month since I've actually done a video. I'm not going to make any excuses, guys. Just super busy. Kids, work. I wound up getting sick again with the damn flu in May, which is, I mean, I didn't even know you could catch the flu in May, but apparently you can. So now I'm getting back into things, and I figured why not start it off with talking about something that I'm really excited about because it's something that I've actually created. So what I'm going to show you is unique because it's mine. It's something that I made and something that I'm pretty excited about. The only caveat I can say about this, though, is that I haven't even shot it yet due to all of the other circumstances I described. So at some point, this is going to go out probably within the next 2 weeks. We're going to see if it works, and hopefully it does because it's my first one ever. So I did a previous video. It was about 3 minutes long, but I wanted to give you a little more detailed look, and here it is. So this is my first ever AR-15 build, and I kind of want to go through it top to bottom so you guys can understand and take a look at what I have as my first AR build. I'm going to tell you right now, this is not a premium AR by any stretch of the imagination. There are some nice parts to this AR, but kind of thinking about it now and looking to the future of my next build, there's some things that I want to change that I guess would cost a little bit more in the long run. But I think also in the long run, you're going to get a little bit more quality out of those types of things. So let's start from the top and we'll look at every piece that I have on here. So at the front, you can see the Wilson Combat Q Comp right here. So Wilson Combat is claiming that this is actually a compensator and I believe it's a flash hider. It's like a combination. It's a duo of both. So I wound up going with this. I can tell you it was kind of a bear to get on. So I put it in the vise and just clocked it as hard as I could to line it up properly. And the alignment is perfect right now. So I'm super excited. Hopefully it works and it doesn't like shoot itself off or blow up in my face because that would be bad. You can see also I have the M-Bus front sights here in black. Again, it's just a set of backup sights. I have it in the front and also in the rear right here, just so that people understand it's just backup sights. I didn't want to spend a ton of money and there's no real need to. So I actually got these off of eBay, I believe for like 25 bucks. And that was a steal, but they're used and honestly, I don't care. The one thing that I would say that I went too cheap on, I think, is this Handguard. So this is kind of a no name, no brand Handguard. It's okay. I mean, it went on pretty well. It seems very sturdy, but I can tell you that the craftsmanship of it is not that great. I have a couple of dings in it already and it hasn't even seen anything except for inside of a safe. And I don't even know where the ding came from, to be honest with you. But nonetheless, I think I could have done a little better on this one. And the next build, I'm going to get something a little bit better. At least I hope so. Again, the barrel on this gun is a Wilson Combat barrel. I'm trying to remember which one it is. It was a fairly expensive barrel, but the kind folks at Wilson Combat did hook me up with a discount as long as I reviewed it. And again, that's going to be coming out hopefully in the next 2 weeks. I wound up getting the Duracoat OD green on it. I can tell you right now, this is not OD green. It's more like a forest green, something of that sort, almost like a hunter green. So it does not match any Magpul OD or anything like that. So it's definitely different, but you can't see it very much anyway. And even if I held it up close to the camera, maybe you can see the hue of green in there. So it's not too bad. You can see I have the Hollow Sun. I think, what is this? This is the 403C green. I really like the green dots, guys. I'm more of a green dot guy than the red dot. And even though there's not any magnification to this, you know, again, I'm just starting off with the ARs, guys. So for me, I had to go with cheap, but not so cheap that you couldn't use it or have at least some reliability with it. So it's not too bad. The side picture's pretty good. I like where it sits on the rail. It's just at the right height. So I'm pretty happy with it. Again, when I shoot it, I'll let you know more about my thoughts on it, but at some point, maybe invest some money into a magnifier or just put a scope that I have in my safe. But we'll see. You know, things change. Again, I have the Radiant Arms ambidextrous charging handle, and I like it. It's actually a pretty nice charging handle. The only thing I don't like, and I'm not sure if it's because of the billet, receiver, but I've noticed that it's not very smooth in regards to its operation. You know, pulling it back, there's a lot of resistance, but that could be also the buffer tube and the spring. But even when I push it forward, it seems like it gets hung up a little bit on the metal. Again, could it be just me? It could be, or it could just be the fact that the specs of the billet aluminum is a little different than, let's say, a regular aluminum receiver. Again, I don't know. That's just a speculation on my part. Already mentioned the Magpul M-Bus sights in the rear. I also have the K2 grip from Magpul right here. I actually like the grip quite a bit. The only thing I've noticed that I don't like about it is it's not a very thick grip. So they do have the K2 Plus. So the next build that I put up, it's going to have the K2 Plus on it just to be able to get a little bit more mass in the hand and get a little bit longer of a trigger pull. Speaking of triggers, it's a Rise Armament trigger. I got it for about $124. It's actually a pretty good trigger. It's pulling at about 3.5 pounds, and the reset is super short. So I'm very happy with this. It's my first trigger for an AR. There's no take up on the trigger whatsoever. It's right at the wall. You pull the trigger and bang. So I'm pretty excited. I can't wait to test this trigger out and see how good it really is. It's got the anti-rotation pins in there. The other thing I noticed is that there was a little bit of play side to side on the top one. But honestly, I think that might be, again, because of the billet receiver. Again, I could be wrong, but I also think that does have something to do with it. I also have the Radiant Arms ambidextrous safety. And the reason why I went with this is I'm a lefty. So I wanted to be able to have a better control over my safety and going into fire mode. One of the things you'll notice is that I've actually reversed this. So on this side is the shorter one, and it's actually facing forward. And then on the other side, which I'll show you here, it's also here, but you'll notice this is actually supposed to be on the other side. And it is in a weird spot. Now, some people already picked it up saying when they saw in the picture, hey, that thing's backwards. Why is it? What I noticed was that when I was holding the gun and dry firing a little bit, and you can see in the camera there that the safety is pulling up. So if I go to put it in fire mode, what you're noticing is that the safety goes up, or at least the handle goes up. When it was on this side, because it's an extended one, it was hitting my hand, and I didn't like the way that felt. So I said, screw it, I'll just turn it around, and it's very easy to actuate with my hand. So, excuse me. One of the things you're going to note, I should say, is that with the safety, being that it's ambi, I could get with the smaller handles here, but I've said I'm not going to do that. Why invest the money when I could just switch them and turn them around and still have it functional? So that's what I went with. Pretty excited. Again, no issues. The magazine, and this is what people are going to hate me for. So unfortunately, I live in New York State. So in order to keep all these beautiful features of this rifle, you have to have a fixed magazine. So I went with the Comp Mag fixed magazine. It's a side loading. Basically, you pull it down, load it up, release it, and then close it, and you're ready to shoot. So it is locked in place. It ain't going anywhere. It's locked. So unfortunately, that kind of sucks. But at the same time, if I went with a featureless rifle, you don't have the stock adjustability. You don't have the compensator on the barrel. So that kind of made me say, screw it, I'm just going to go with a fixed magazine. We're going to see how that works. Some people like them, some people don't. Unfortunately, that's what I'm relegated to here. I don't plan on making it featureless. I don't plan on making any of them featureless because hopefully one day, if everything goes right, we won't have to worry about fixed magazines and all this other crap here. At the back end, this thing right here, it's the Mo stock from Magpul. I don't like it. It's cheap. It's a lot of rattling and movement, as most people will report. Obviously, it was about $30, so that's why I got it. So again, will I eventually upgrade it? Probably not. I'm going to probably put some Velcro inside here on the buffer tube or on the inside of the actual stock, and hopefully that'll fix the rattle. But I mean, overall, I'm pretty happy. I'm not going to lie. I don't care if this is the perfect rifle. I don't care if it has the most expensive parts or not so more expensive parts. What I care about is that it functions and I can shoot it well. And I'm really excited. I haven't been as excited for firearms in a while. Oh, and the last thing I forgot to mention was the bolt carrier group. So I have a Palmetto State bolt carrier group in here. I have no idea which one it is because it was donated to me by Bald and Curious. So thank you, Bald and Curious. I appreciate your assistance with that. It saved me about $100, if not more. I mean, overall, I'm super happy. Like I said, every build is unique to the person who's building it. If you're one of those people who have been on the kind of like on the cusp of maybe taking on the challenge, I would recommend it because honestly, guys, I had a lot of fun doing this. I actually have, and I'll put this to the side, but let me make sure I don't drop it. But I actually have my second build coming up right here. And this again is an Aero Precision. This is not billet. This is just regular aluminum. But again, this is an Aero Precision. You can see it's got the 76 logo there, which is one of the reasons why I got it. I'm not going to lie. But I'm going to use some gray furniture on this. Really excited. I have a bunch of stuff coming in. I've got a barrel. I've got a lot of stuff coming in. So it's going to be a little bit better than the build I did with Wilson Combat stuff. just because some of the parts I'm using are a little higher end, I guess you could say, maybe, but not too high end. In other words, I want a quality rifle that I can afford to build and make it the way I want it to be. And I think that's the beauty of just kind of doing it. So if, again, you're kind of on that edge of teetering back and forth, just go for it. You're going to learn a tremendous amount in regards to building these rifles. You're going to figure out what works for you best, what doesn't work for you. And at the end of the day, you're going to have your own custom rifle that you built, you designed, and you put the parts that work for you in it. So my recommendation is go ahead and do it. You've got nothing to lose and you've got everything to gain. So leave some comments down below. Tell me what you think about my first AR build. I hope you like it. And if you don't, I don't really care, to be honest with you, because I like it. And that's really all that matters. Do you like it? If you do, leave the comments down below. If you think it sucks or it's a piece of crap, you can say that too. I think ultimately the biggest hang up on the rifle is going to be the fixed magazine, but unfortunately there's nothing we can do about it just yet in the state of New York. Hopefully one day that'll change, but I think the system will work, and at least I hope so. If not, we'll have to go back to the drawing board and see what else we can do. But for now, that's the way it's going to be. And when I shoot it, I'll report back. So guys, I appreciate you sticking by the channel. I appreciate you watching, and it's good to be back. So as always, everyone, have a great night, stay safe, and freedom is never free.